because AI isn't here to replace you or your team. It's here to amplify you. You can now convert a rough idea into a polished marketing campaign, transform meeting notes into actionable summaries and follow-ups, create customized training materials in multiple formats and languages. What used to require specialized teams, substantial budgets, and weeks of work can now be accomplished by a single person in hours or even minutes. Not just having AI that acts on its own, but AI that acts as an extension of you and your team. That's the future of marketing. AI assistants, digital partners, customized to your specific needs that amplify your skills and drive unprecedented results. These aren't just generic AI tools. They're your AI-powered marketing team, each member trained to excel in their role. I started by creating my own AI chief of staff. I trained it on my writing style, business objectives, common tasks, and the knowledge specific to my role. Now it helps me with everything from drafting articles and social posts to preparing for podcast interviews and brainstorming strategic initiatives. The results have been extraordinary. Work that used to take me hours now takes minutes. Projects I couldn't tackle alone are now manageable. Most importantly, I'm freed up to focus on the creative and strategic work that truly drives value. But to truly make them yours, you need to provide guidance. That guidance comes in the form of custom instructions. Think of custom instructions as the blueprint for your AI assistant. It's where you define its role, its behavior, its expertise, and its communication style. Without custom instructions, you're essentially working with a generic AI. It might be helpful, but it won't be tailored to your specific needs or your brand. Custom instructions allow you to take control, shaping the AI to become a valuable member of your marketing team. In our time together today, we're going to chart that ocean. We'll create a map of the AI landscape that you can actually use to navigate your marketing and your agency toward innovation rather than drowning in information. How to implement AI solutions that augment rather than replace the human element.
Guys, you saw the announcement email go by. This is Mike Allton. Today, as you can see on the screen, we're going to be talking about AI assistants, which I know that has been a big topic for a lot of you. Known Mike for several years now, and not super closely, but have very much enjoyed a lot of the content that I've seen online. I get his newsletter. He has a podcast, which we sent you guys more information about that in the email. He works at Agorapulse. And so if you're familiar with Agorapulse, great social media tool for scheduling posts and things of that nature, wide variety of capabilities there. So with that said, Mike, I just very much appreciate you taking the time to invest in this community. I know you're just super familiar with the agency space. Do you guys still run your agency summit?
They haven't been doing the agency summit because, thankful for me, I no longer have anything to do with our events. We have a demand gen team. And so, yeah, we did a virtual summit. Some of you might have even been to it because thousands of agencies showed up. We did it 4 years in a row. This is the first year we're not going to do it since the pandemic. But I have a podcast all about agencies, talking to agency owners. So I am putting some content out, still talking to agency owners on a regular basis.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, Mike, I'll let you take it away, but I just appreciate you being here and sharing with our audience, which all these folks in this room, they're agency owners. They partner with that company. Most of them as white label partners, some of them as strategic partners. The difference between white label and strategic partner, white label is folks that we do all the work underneath their brand. Strategic partner, they introduce those folks, and then the customer ends up operating underneath of that company brand. So that's your audience.
Awesome. All right, then let's dive in. So I used to have a weekly show called the Martech Show at Agorapulse, where I'm the chief storyteller. Now, each week, my co-host, Robin Diamond, and I would interview a guest from another marketing solution, in addition to the time spent finding Martech solutions to partner with, like that company, and bring onto the show, filming as a webinar or live stream, promoting and converting into a podcast. I was also spending at least a couple of hours per episode preparing a pre-show document for each guest, questions, and a show outline for Robin and I. Now, in the middle of Q1 2024, my CEO came to me and said, Mike, I think you're a great interviewer and a show host. We've got 4 target personas here at Agorapulse: agencies, retail, hospitality, and B2B. I think it'd be great if you started a couple new podcasts, first targeting agency and retail prospects and interviewing them as an account-based marketing play. That sounded like a great idea. But then the reality also hit me that we were effectively talking about tripling my workload. And if successful, doubling it again. I'd be going from 1 show to 3 shows and then 5 in short order and committing to doing all that prep and production I mentioned a moment ago. I immediately felt overwhelmed, as if the waves of pressure to prepare for each upcoming show had become some out of control wave pool. Suddenly, I was drowning in my own success, just like Ada Lovelace faced a different kind of overwhelming challenge. Born into a world that often stifled female intellect, she possessed this brilliant mind, just bursting with ideas far ahead of their time. While her father, Lord Byron, was known for his romantic verse, her mother ensured Ada received a rigorous education in mathematics and logic, a decision that would shape the course of history. Ada's intellectual curiosity led her to cross paths with Charles Babbage, a visionary inventor who had designed the analytical engine, a mechanical general-purpose computer. Now, while Babbage, he saw his invention primarily as a sophisticated calculator, Ada saw something more, something revolutionary. She began to envision a world where machines could do far more than just crunch numbers. Ada was exploring uncharted territory, just wrestling with concepts that wouldn't be fully realized for another century. It must have felt like navigating a vast, unexplored ocean of possibilities, with the weight of that potential and the challenge of communicating to others pressing down on her. And that's how AI feels for many of us as marketers today, doesn't it? A vast, unexplored, and often overwhelming ocean of possibilities. And the weight of that potential pressing down on us, just as it did for Ada nearly 2 centuries ago. But here's the good news. In our time together today, we're going to chart that ocean. We'll create a map of the AI landscape that you can actually use to navigate your marketing and your agency toward innovation rather than drowning in information. Just think back to the Renaissance and the workshop of Leonardo da Vinci. Da Vinci, a true creative genius, didn't work in isolation. He had a whole team of assistants, each with their own specialized skills, who helped him bring his masterpieces to life. So just like Da Vinci harnessed the power of his workshop, today we can harness the power of AI assistance. We can personalize these powerful tools to address your specific marketing challenges and your client challenges, whether that's creating a custom GPT to generate high converting ad copy or developing AI assistants that can automate a social media content calendar. So here's what we're going to explore together. First, we'll begin by diving into the AI revolution in marketing, understanding what these tools can really do for your marketing and how they're already transforming businesses like yours, with virtually every example or capability I share being applicable to both your own business and agency and your work on behalf of clients. Next, we'll explore the power of AI assistance and how to build your own AI-powered marketing team, customized to your specific needs. And then we'll showcase real-world AI assistant use cases, demonstrating their practical applications and ROI. I'm then going to just kind of open the floor for a Q&A segment so you can get answers to your specific questions. And then finally, and perhaps most importantly, we'll address the elephant in the room, the human-AI partnership, how these tools are reshaping our workforce, what that means for you and your team, and how to implement AI solutions that augment rather than replace the human element in your marketing. Because AI isn't here to replace you or your team. It's here to amplify you. Let that sink in for a moment. AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to amplify you. Now, before we dive deeper, I should probably tell you a bit about who I am and why I'm passionate about helping businesses like yours navigate the AI revolution. I'm Mike Allton, Chief Storyteller at Agorapulse, like Mike said, and founder of the AI Hat. Throughout my career, I've worked with and for businesses of literally all sizes, from small shops in rural Ohio to Fortune 500 companies and global SaaS solutions. And for over a decade, I've been educating businesses and professionals on emerging technologies, helping them adapt to digital transformation. And what excites me is seeing that moment when a business owner realizes they can harness a technology that seemed intimidating and turn it into a competitive advantage. I host multiple podcasts, including the AI Hat podcast, where I interview leading AI experts from companies like NVIDIA, Google, and LinkedIn. I've learned directly from these pioneers what works, what doesn't, and how businesses of all sizes can implement AI solutions without massive budgets. My AI workshops and training programs have helped businesses just like yours move from AI anxiety to AI advantage, because the truth is AI isn't just another tech trend. It's a fundamental shift in how business operates. And my mission is to make sure you don't get left behind. So that's a bit about me, but today isn't about me. It's about you and the technological transformation that's reshaping how we all do business. So let me ask you a question. How many of you have experimented with ChatGPT or another AI tool in the past year? And how many of you feel like you really understand what's happening behind the scenes? Well, don't worry if you don't. That's completely normal. We're all trying to make sense of this new landscape together. The technology behind all this transformation has a name, large language models, or LLMs. But instead of getting too technical, let me break down what makes them different from anything we've seen before. Think of LLMs as super advanced learning systems that have basically devoured most of human knowledge. But unlike the computer systems of yesterday that followed rigid, programmed rules, these models learn patterns from billions of examples. You've probably heard of the major players: OpenAI's ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini. That's the one I use most often. Or maybe Microsoft Copilot or DeepSeek. Each has its own strengths, but they're all built on this same fundamental architecture. What's truly mind-blowing isn't just what these systems can do today, but how quickly they've evolved. Take a look at this chart from Stanford's 2024 AI Index report. This isn't some cherry-picked data that I'm showing to impress you. This is rigorous measurement of AI progress across multiple domains. That dotted line at the top, that represents human-level performance. So just a few years ago, in 2019, AI systems were struggling with basic tasks like understanding images or solving math problems. But look at what happened between 2021 and 2023. We witnessed this unprecedented vertical climb across nearly every capability. And notice how many of these lines have crossed that human baseline just in the last 2 to 3 years. Tasks that AI couldn't handle reliably in 2020, like complex mathematics or truly understanding the meaning behind text and images, are now areas where AI routinely outperforms humans. According to Goldman Sachs research in 2023, this acceleration is projected to add nearly $7 trillion to the global economy over the next decade and boost global labor productivity by 1.5%. This isn't just changing how we work. It's fundamentally reshaping how businesses operate. But here's what I find most exciting. Unlike previous tech revolutions that were mainly accessible to tech giants with massive budgets, these tools are democratized. The same AI capabilities shown in this chart are available to every one of you here through services that cost less than your monthly coffee budget. So let me show you what these systems can actually do. I asked Gemini to analyze current market trends for small retail businesses and suggest 3 innovative customer retention strategies. Just watch this. Notice the depth of understanding here, how it's making connections across different domains of knowledge and the nuance in its response. What you're seeing isn't just automated text generation. It's synthesizing information in ways that previously required human expertise with years of experience. And this is just scratching the surface of what's possible. As marketing leaders and agency owners, understanding this technology isn't optional anymore. It's becoming as fundamental as understanding how to use social media or email a decade ago. But here's what's even more fascinating. These systems are no longer limited to just text. The latest AI revolution is what we call multimodal, meaning these systems can now understand, process, and generate multiple types of media: text, images, audio, video, and more. Think about this progression for a moment. Just 2 years ago, AI-generated images, they looked more like bizarre, abstract art. Today, let me show you what's possible. This image, generated entirely by AI based on a text prompt. No photographer, no designer, no stock photo license, just a description of what I wanted to see. What's particularly powerful for businesses is how this technology democratizes creative production. Your marketing team can now generate custom imagery for social media, for presentations like mine, websites, and ads without specialized design skills. Well, anyways, that wasn't me speaking. That was an AI-generated voice clone, creating natural, emotionally nuanced speech. Companies are using this technology to create custom audiobooks, podcasts, training materials, and localized content in multiple languages without booking studio time. Speaking of languages, translation has been completely transformed as well. Previous machine translation might give you technically correct but awkward phrasings. Today's AI can translate while maintaining context, tone, cultural nuances, making global expansion more accessible than ever. Perhaps most impressive is how these capabilities work together. You can now convert a rough idea into a polished marketing campaign, transform meeting notes into actionable summaries and follow-ups, create customized training materials in multiple formats and languages. What used to require specialized teams, substantial budgets, and weeks of work can now be accomplished by a single person in hours or even minutes. The key message I want you to take away from this section is that these aren't just incremental improvements to existing tools. They represent a fundamental shift in what's possible. And that brings us to the next evolution, AI that doesn't just respond to requests, but can actually take initiative, AI agents. In the early days of AI adoption, we had to manually prompt these systems every step of the way. But now we're entering an era where AI can take initiative and execute multi-step tasks with minimal supervision, essentially functioning as a digital workforce. That's what's generally referred to as AI agents or agentic AI. So let me show you what I mean. Rather than just asking AI to write an email, I can now instruct an AI agent to research our top 3 competitors' recent marketing campaigns, analyze all their strengths and weaknesses, draft a complete and competitive analysis report, create a presentation summarizing all the findings and scheduled to be sent to my marketing team on Monday morning. One instruction, multiple complex tasks executed while I focus on higher value work. That's pretty incredible, right? Well, this capability is transforming how businesses operate across every department. Marketing teams are using agents to monitor trends, generate content, analyze campaign performance, and adapt strategies in real time. Sales departments have agents that research prospects, personalize outreach, and schedule follow-ups, and even prepare for client meetings. In customer service, they're deploying agents that can handle routine inquiries completely independently while escalating complex issues to human reps. What makes this particularly powerful is the ability to customize these agents with specific knowledge about your business or your clients' businesses. One of the most powerful applications I've been using, Gemini's deep research capability. Here's how I recently used this feature. I needed comprehensive research on AI adoption trends in the retail sector for a client project. Now, instead of spending hours combing through articles and reports, I prompted Gemini with a detailed research request, and the system completely independently searched for and analyzed recent studies and reports, compiled statistics on implementation rates and ROI, identified the most successful use cases, summarized industry-specific challenges, and organized everything into a structured report with citations. It would have taken me at least a full day of work, was completed in minutes. And because I could ask follow-up questions and request additional depth in specific areas, the final result was tailored exactly to my needs. Other LLMs like ChatGPT and Perplexity have similar research functions, as well as broader AI agents that can do multi-step web-based tasks using your internet browser. Remember Ada Lovelace's vision of machines that can follow complex instructions? We've now realized that vision with these AI agents that can execute multi-step tasks with minimal supervision. For marketing teams and agencies, this is revolutionary. Functions that previously required specialized staff or expensive software can now be handled at a fraction of the cost. And the most exciting part, we're just at the beginning of this transformation. The capability of these systems to work autonomously is increasing exponentially. So we've seen how AI is evolving from a tool to an agent, capable of taking initiative and performing complex tests. But the real revolution comes when we personalize this power. Imagine not just having AI that acts on its own, but AI that acts as an extension of you and your team. That's the future of marketing. AI assistants, digital partners, customized to your specific needs that amplify your skills and drive unprecedented results. These aren't just generic AI tools. They're your AI-powered marketing team, each member trained to excel in their role, just like Da Vinci's workshop assistants. AI isn't here to replace you. It's here to amplify you by giving you a team of AI assistants. Over the next 12 to 18 months, agencies who embrace this approach will gain an extraordinary competitive edge. So we've talked about the incredible power of large language models, but to truly make them yours, you need to provide guidance. That guidance comes in the form of custom instructions. Think of custom instructions as the blueprint for your AI assistant. It's where you define its role, its behavior, its expertise, and its communication style. Without custom instructions, you're essentially working with a generic AI. It might be helpful, but it won't be tailored to your specific needs or your brand. Custom instructions allow you to take control, shaping the AI to become a valuable member of your marketing team. But why are custom instructions so important? Can't we just prompt our way to success? Because they solve some of the biggest challenges marketers face. First, they save you time. Instead of spending hours tweaking generic AI output, you get high quality on-brand content from the start. Second, they ensure consistency. Your AI assistants will maintain your brand voice or your client's brand voice and style across all your marketing channels. Most importantly, they drive better results. By tailoring AI to your specific needs, you can create more effective campaigns, engage their audiences more deeply, and achieve their marketing goals faster. Now, to effectively use custom instructions, it's essential to understand how AI manages information and remembers your preferences. First, there's chat context. So when you're having a conversation with ChatGPT or Gemini, within that single conversation, the AI retains information from all of your previous responses, all of your previous prompts and its responses. That allows for natural dialogue and contextual understanding. For example, if you ask an AI to write a social media post and then say, make it shorter, it uses the chat context to modify the original post. However, chat context has limitations. It's short-term and temporary. If you start a new chat, the AI forgets everything that was in the earlier conversation. If you have a lengthy conversation, the AI might start to forget the oldest parts. Then there's the LLM's stored memory. Some platforms like ChatGPT now offer a form of memory that spans across chats. You can set preferences or provide information that the AI will remember in future conversations. This stored memory is helpful for general preferences, but it's not the same as custom instructions. Stored memory is for broad settings, not detailed role-specific guidance. Finally, we have custom instructions. These are distinct from both chat context and stored memory. They're a set of rules and guidelines that you explicitly provide to the AI to shape its behavior in every interaction. Custom instructions are where you define the AI's role, voice, style, and expertise. They provide the AI with a consistent framework, ensuring it performs as your tailored assistant, regardless of the chat. You can set up one or dozens of custom instructions, and with each chat, select the one that suits your needs. When I want to strategize about my business, I talk with my AI chief of staff. But when I want a new podcast episode, I choose my AI podcast promoter assistant, who has very specific instructions on what I want help with. Now, custom instructions provide the foundation for tailoring AI behavior, but different platforms use different terms and offer varying features for implementing them. ChatGPT allows you to create what it calls custom GPTs. These are essentially customized AI assistants that can be designed for a wide range of roles and tasks. Google's Gemini uses gems to achieve a similar level of customization, enabling you to create specialized AI assistants for specific purposes. Now, Claude offers a similar functionality referred to as projects. Projects allow you to organize and manage your interactions with Claude, applying specific instructions and context to each one. While the underlying concept of using instructions to guide AI remains consistent, there are important distinctions between these different platform implementations. So let's break down the key differences between ChatGPT, Gemini, and Claude. ChatGPT boasts a GPT store, allowing users to share their custom GPTs publicly or privately. And that fosters a community of sharing and collaboration where you can leverage GPTs created by others or distribute your own. Whereas Gemini's gems are designed primarily for personal use. Sharing capabilities are far more limited compared to ChatGPT's GPT store. Gemini does emphasize strong integration with other Google services and its multimodal capabilities, allowing gems to work with various types of data. Gemini also has that deep research feature that I showed you, which can perform complex research tasks. ChatGPT has a similar deep research feature, but it's severely limited in the number of uses. Claude is known for its strong performance with long-form content and its ability to handle large amounts of text input, making it well-suited for tasks like document summarization and analysis and even content creation. Claude's sharing capabilities, though, are primarily geared towards team collaboration within the platform. So it's important to consider these differences when choosing a platform for your AI assistants, as they can significantly impact your workflow and collaboration options. Oh, also note, it's common to refer to custom instructions as GPTs, regardless of platform. Similar to how we often refer to tissues as Kleenex, it's nice to be first to market, isn't it? Now, let's get tactical. How do you actually write effective custom instructions? Well, here are some best practices to keep in mind. First, be clear and specific. You have to avoid ambiguity. Tell the AI exactly what you want it to do. And you must define the role. For example, say you are a social media marketing expert. That allows the AI to focus on the specific skill set and knowledge you need rather than the sum of human knowledge it has available. It's also better to say you are rather than act like. Always provide context. Give the AI background information about your business, your audience, or your client's audience, and their goals. One pro tip, tell the AI to ask you clarifying questions as needed. That's a game changer. And specify the format. Tell the AI exactly how you want the output to be structured, like use bullet points or write in a conversational tone if relevant. And here are some things to avoid. Vague language. Don't say be creative. Instead, say generate 3 different marketing campaign ideas. Break down complex tasks into smaller, manageable steps. And remember, AI is powerful, but it's not magic. Be realistic about what it can do. With AI and custom instructions, organization is key. So using markup like hashtag to create sections in your instructions can significantly improve readability and clarity for the AI. For example, you could say hashtag details, followed by hashtag role, social media manager, hashtag tone, witty and engaging, hashtag format, 3 short paragraphs with a call to action. These are like headings in a document or a blog like H1 or H2, and so on. Now, when creating AI assistants, they can be for different purposes. Generalist assistants have broad knowledge and can help with a variety of tasks. For example, an AI email strategist to brainstorm campaigns, discuss courses of action, and analyze results. Specialist assistants are highly focused and excel at specific tasks like an AI email copywriter that's been instructed for that purpose and that purpose alone. Now, some of the most powerful GPTs are designed to perform a series of interconnected tasks. This requires setting up multi-step instructions where the AI follows a sequence of actions to achieve a larger goal. Often these workflows are triggered by an initial starting prompt. For example, my podcast promotion gem starts with the prompt, I have a new podcast episode. And this kicks off a whole series of steps, including transcript research, theme suggestions, and copy for social media, email, and more. And notice how after the first step, it prompts me to provide all the information it will need to proceed to the next step. That approach allows for complex automation and streamlines your work process. To further enhance your AI assistants, you can provide them with access to external information through knowledge files. This allows you to upload documents like brand guidelines, style guides, or data reports, giving your AI assistant access to specific knowledge. Now, some best practices for knowledge files include using clean, well-structured documents, keep the files updated, and reference the files within your instructions. Literally list the file names and tell the AI what each one is for. Some platforms also allow integrations with external tools, and more are doing that every day, further expanding the capabilities of your AI assistants. Now, before I show you how to create your first custom instruction, I want to introduce you to a powerful platform called Magai. Magai takes the concept of custom GPTs to the next level with personas. Like GPTs, personas are customized AI assistants. However, Magai offers a unique advantage. You can use personas across different LLMs and even switch between them within the same chat. This flexibility allows you to leverage the strength of different LLMs while maintaining consistent behavior and style. Also helps address the question of which LLM should we use and when, because for one subscription, you get access to all the major models and can test any of them as much as you wish. Magai also includes access to image and video generators. So if you're serious about building a versatile team of AI assistants, I highly recommend exploring Magai, particularly for agencies where you can have different workspaces for different clients set up within Magai. Now, Let's get practical and walk through the process of creating a custom GPT or gem. While the exact interface may vary slightly between platforms, the core elements are always the same. First, you'll give your AI assistant a clear and descriptive name. This helps you and your team easily identify its purpose. For instance, social media content generator or project proposal writer. Don't name it Mike. You won't know what that's for, but you can give your AI assistant a conversational name in the instructions if you wish. My AI chief of staff has named Clue. Now, the instructions field, that's the heart of the customization process. Here, you'll input custom instructions that define the AI assistant's behavior, style, expertise. You'll provide details such as the AI assistant's role. For instance, you are an experienced marketing strategist. The instructions you want to follow every time you initiate a new chat, all the context it will need to execute those instructions, such as business information or other relevant details, specific constraints, such as formatting options, and if you can, provide examples of what great output looks like. I generally recommend following the RICE framework for both prompting and writing custom instructions while you're getting the hang of it. RICE, that's RICCE, stands for role, instructions, context, constraints, examples. That was role, instructions, context, constraints, and examples. If necessary, you can upload knowledge files like we talked about before to provide the AI assistant with access to specific information, such as brand guidelines, style guides, or product information. If you want to provide one or more links, do that within the instructions field. And here's a tip. While the AI will not scour every page on your website every time you initiate a new chat, you can give it your XML sitemap link so that if relevant, it will know everything you've ever published. Most platforms offer a preview or a test area where you can interact with your custom GPT or gem and refine your instructions. And this iterative process is crucial for achieving optimal results. And remember, while I'm showing a gem in this example, the process for creating custom GPTs, projects, or personas is very similar. The key is to provide clear, detailed, and well-organized instructions to guide your AI assistant's behavior. Think of it like training and onboarding a new employee. And don't forget, at any time, you can collaborate with an AI on creating the instructions themselves, then copy and paste into your new custom GPT or gem. Just start a new chat and tell your AI what you want to create and ask it to help you. Now, let me share something I've developed that's transforming how organizations implement AI. I call it the AI Work Buddy concept, and it's built on a simple idea. What if every employee in your organization had their own personalized AI assistant? I started by creating my own AI chief of staff. I trained it on my writing style, business objectives, common tasks, and the knowledge specific to my role. Now it helps me with everything from drafting articles and social posts to preparing for podcast interviews and brainstorming strategic initiatives. The results have been extraordinary. Work that used to take me hours now takes minutes. Projects I couldn't tackle alone are now manageable. Most importantly, I'm freed up to focus on the creative and strategic work that truly drives value. But here's where it gets really powerful. This isn't just for executives. Every person in your organization, from marketing and account specialists to customer service reps to operations managers, can have their own personalized AI Work Buddy. Imagine your sales team with AI assistants that help them research prospects, prepare for meetings, and follow up with personalized communications. Picture your customer service reps with AI partners that help them solve problems faster and more consistently, or your marketing team with AI collaborators that help them generate ideas, create content variations, and analyze performance. What makes this approach different from generic AI tools is that personalization. Each Work Buddy is customized to the individual's specific role, responsibilities, and working style. It learns from their interactions and becomes more valuable over time. And the beauty of this approach is that it addresses the biggest barriers to AI adoption: overwhelm and uncertainty about where to start. Instead of trying to implement AI across the entire department or organization at once, you can start with individual work buddies that deliver immediate value to each employee. I'll share how you and your entire team can build your own AI Work Buddy for free at the end. So, we've seen how AI assistants, like your own AI Work Buddy, can streamline your individual workflows. Now let's explore how these powerful tools can be applied to broader marketing activities. Let's dive deep into our first use case: AI-powered content repurposing. This is truly a game changer for marketers and agencies that are constantly battling the content creation crunch. Imagine you or your client just created a killer blog post or recorded an engaging webinar. Instead of letting that content sit, you can use an AI assistant to automatically repurpose it into a variety of other marketing assets. For example, you could have a social media content generator that extracts key takeaways from the blog post and creates a series of attention-grabbing social media posts for different platforms. Or you could have an email newsletter writer that transforms the webinar transcript into a concise and informative email newsletter for your subscribers. You could even have a video script creator that outlines a short form video based on the main points of the blog post. I mean, the benefits are huge. You save time and effort by automating the repurposing process. You maximize the reach and impact of your content by distributing it across multiple channels, and you maintain a consistent message and brand voice across all marketing materials. By creating an AI assistant for content repurposing, you can turn one piece of content into a powerful marketing engine. Our second use case focuses on a core marketing activity, campaign planning. AI assistants can be invaluable partners in streamlining and enhancing this complex process. Imagine having an AI campaign strategist on your team, and you could task this AI assistant with brainstorming campaign ideas. Just provide the AI assistant with your marketing goals, your target audience, and it'll generate a whole range of creative campaign concepts. Define target audiences. Feed it data on your customer segments, and it can help you refine your target audience profiles and identify new potential customers. Give the AI assistant information on your brand voice and key messaging, and it can help you craft compelling campaign copy for different channels, and then let it help you select those marketing channels. Share all your goals and your budget with your AI assistant, and it can recommend the most effective marketing channels to reach your target audience. Input your campaign deliverables and deadlines, and the AI assistant can help you create a detailed project timeline with key milestones, and provide the AI assistant with historical campaign data and industry benchmarks, and it'll help you estimate the budget required for your entire campaign. So by leveraging an AI assistant for campaign planning, you can accelerate the planning process so that you generate ideas, analyze data, and create campaign assets so much faster. Improve campaign effectiveness by making data-driven decisions and creating more targeted and personalized campaigns, and enhance collaboration by facilitating communication and coordination among team members involved in the campaign. AI assistants can transform campaign planning from a time-consuming and often overwhelming task into a strategic and efficient process. Our third use case focuses on gaining a deeper understanding of your customers, again, or your client customers. AI assistants can be powerful tools for analyzing customer data and extracting actionable insights. Imagine having an AI customer insights analyst that can identify customer trends. You feed it data from various sources, and it'll identify emerging trends in customer behavior, preferences, and needs. Provide the AI assistant with customer demographics, purchase history, and engagement data, and it'll help you create detailed customer segments for targeted marketing. Just make sure if you're using an LLM like Gemini or ChatGPT that you clean your data and make it anonymous. Input customer reviews, social media comments, and survey responses, and the AI assistant can analyze sentiment to gauge customer satisfaction and identify areas for improvement. And give the AI assistant large volumes of customer feedback, and it'll summarize key themes and pain points. So by using an AI for customer insights, you can make data-driven decisions and base your marketing strategies on solid customer data, not just intuition. Personalize your marketing by creating more relevant and engaging experiences for your target audience, and improve customer satisfaction by addressing customer pain points and enhancing the overall customer experience. AI assistants can help you transform raw customer data into a goldmine of insights, enabling you to build stronger customer relationships and drive business growth. Our fourth use case focuses on how AI assistants can streamline and enhance your marketing automation efforts. While AI assistants don't typically fully automate platforms yet, they can significantly improve various automation-related tasks. So with this kind of a specialist, you can enhance email marketing by drafting compelling email sequences, personalize email copy for different segments, and even suggest optimal send times based on data analysis. Or optimize social media scheduling by helping you curate content, generate engaging captions, and recommend optimal posting schedules to maximize reach and engagement. And it can compile data from various sources and create insightful marketing reports, summarizing key metrics and identifying areas for improvement. And it'll help you create personalized lead nurturing sequences, tailoring content and messaging to different stages of the customer journey. So with an AI assistant for marketing automation, you can increase efficiency by automating repetitive tasks and freeing up your team's time for more strategic initiatives, improve personalization with more tailored and relevant experiences for your audience, and enhance campaign performance by optimizing your automation workflows based on data-driven insights. So these are going to be powerful allies in your marketing automation strategy, helping you and your team work smarter, not harder, and achieve better results. Now, our fifth and final use case focuses on a core skill for any marketer: writing compelling copy. AI assistants really can be trained to generate high-performing marketing copy that resonates with your target audience and drives results. You can generate attention-grabbing headlines by analyzing data on past headline performance and generate variations that are more likely to capture attention and increase click-through rates. Craft persuasive ad copy that's tailored to specific audience segments and optimized for conversions on different platforms. Develop engaging website content that's clear, concise, and optimized for search engines while also reflecting your brand voice and style. And create high converting social media captions that are tailored to each platform, encouraging engagement and driving traffic to your website. With all of that in play, you can improve your messaging with more compelling and persuasive copy that resonates with your target audience, increase conversion rates to drive more leads, traffic, and sales, and enhance brand consistency by ensuring that your copy consistently reflects your brand voice and style across all channels. AI assistants like this are powerful tools for optimizing your marketing copy, helping you communicate more effectively and achieving your marketing goals. Now, before we wrap up with what I consider the most critical aspect of AI adoption, how it transforms your workforce and the strategies for maintaining the human-centered approach, I'd like to pause and address any specific questions you might have.
All right, what questions we got? Go ahead and raise your hand. I'll call on you. By the way, Mike, your background was so good, I just had to copy it real quick. I hope that's all right. You said that you spent a lot of time putting it together. I thought I'd enjoy being Mike for a day.
I did, but does yours change colors? I can make mine orange or red.
Oh, hold on. We'll you're gonna have to flip the colors. Anybody have any specific questions that you want to ask? Renee, go for it, my friend.
Yeah, it looks like, as we know, things are moving very, very quickly. And these capabilities are there, and we can spin up different AI agents. How wise is it to dive into building these things ourselves versus waiting for vertical applications like a high level, et cetera, to integrate these tools? Because I'd be concerned about building all of these tools and come to find that like Service Titan, Jobber, et cetera, are having these tools built in. So where are we on DIY versus these tools coming in the products on the market, if that makes sense?
It makes complete sense. And I'm so glad you mentioned high level. It's a great example. They're at the fore of what I would consider working on ways that they can leverage these kinds of AI capabilities. Like I mentioned, AI agents. You can build chatbots for your clients if they're on high level right now that can handle a lot of customer support inquiries and initial sales inquiries. I know one of the things that high level loves to talk about is how important it is to respond to a lead within 5 seconds. And, a year or two ago, that was a challenge for every business. Today, you can have an AI agent pick up the phone within 5 seconds and answer that call, collect some basic information, and then immediately route it or schedule an appointment if they want to. You can have AI agents that are literally hands-off scheduling appointments for your sales team right now. And I know all this. I literally just interviewed Sean Casey, the CEO and co-founder of High Level, yesterday on one of my other podcasts. So I'm very aware of what they're doing. And the second part of your question is, do we leave it up to them or do we explore building some of this stuff on our own? And I would say definitely do what you can with the tools that you have available today. So if you are a Google Workspace shop, that you've got access to the pro version of Gemini and deep research and other tools like Notebook LM. Explore those, use those on behalf of clients. Don't try to go out and program your own solution. That's where I would draw the line, because as an agency, you don't have that kind of time. Your job is bringing in clients and executing on their behalf. Use the tools that are available to you today. Great question.
Appreciate that.
Anybody else have a question? If not, I'm going to ask one.
Go ahead. We got time for one, maybe two more.
All right. So I'm a big visual learner. What is an AI agent that you've been playing with lately that you just absolutely love and been fascinated by? And, and what system or tools are you using to create that AI agent? Do you have anything that you want to share with us that you've been playing with personally?
Yeah, deep research, which I shared earlier, is my favorite agent for business purposes. All the major large language models are coming out with agentic capabilities. If you're using ChatGPT, then you have access to Operator, which is their agent. The drawback today to a lot of the current AI agents is that they don't have immediate business applications. If you watch OpenAI's video where they released Operator, the number one example they showed you was making a restaurant reservation. And you could say, hey, I want to eat in Manhattan next weekend with 4 friends, and we want patio seating, and we want something Italian. Then it will scour the web, OpenAI, Yelp, and so on, and find a restaurant that has open patio seating on Friday evening for that many people that's Italian, which sounds nice. Sounds like it might save us time. I can't use that in my agency, right, or my consulting business. That's not going to help me personally. It is good to know, because if you're working with restaurants, you need to tell them, look, as a restaurant, be prepared for more and more clientele and business coming in through agentic means, which means you have to allow reservations. You have to be on OpenTable and Yelp and so on, which a lot of restaurants still don't. I'm working with a Korean barbecue restaurant here in St. Louis. They don't want to accept reservations because it's not convenient for them. They don't like the logistics. I'm like, well, sorry, Sean, you've got a major competitor coming into town. They will be on OpenTable, and I will be able to use agentic as a consumer, right, to book a reservation. And if the agent can't see your restaurant or your business because of XYZ, then they're going to fall short. But from an actual, how can we use AI agents ourselves in our business? Take it back to the first question and answer. Look at the systems you're already using. If you're using high level, if you're using Salesforce, if you're using HubSpot, they're already finding ways to build agentic AI into their platforms. You don't need to build anything yourself, unless that's a direction you want to go with your actual services, right? If you want to build AI systems for your clients, well, that's a different answer, right? I've got a friend, Chris, who runs an AI or a marketing agency in Philadelphia, who's also doing AI work. He's got a client who runs a dentistry practice, and she loves seeing, how did the previous day do? How many patients did we see? What was our revenue? What was our overhead, and so on. She's got that in reports. She can look at it if she wants to. But Chris built for her an AI agent that every morning at 6:45 a.m. pulls yesterday's reports, turns it into a summary, turns that summary into a voice, which I showed you earlier. Sorry, that voice didn't play all the way through. And then it calls her and leaves it on her voice message as a message, so that at 7 a.m. when she's on her way into the office or whatever time, she can call up that voice message in her car and listen to an audio summary of how her business did the previous day.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
But the question I think is going to be bigger for those folks. Like, what tools are integrated to do something of that nature? I mean, that's complex. I feel like it's a lot of different things tied together, right?
That is. So you can use tools like make.com, Magical, Zapier. You can roll them yourselves using a tool like Cursor, where you can have a conversation with the AI and allow it to help you with the programming and the integrations. Because things like that, you have to know how to access APIs so that you know how to access the API of her reporting system, how to connect that to ChatGPT to get the summary, and how to use an SMS system like High Level to send that as a voicemail.
Got it. Awesome. Any other questions from anybody else in the audience? We only got a few more minutes. It's done.
Awesome. Well, let us continue and wrap up with our last topic, how AI transforms your workforce. So now that we've explored what AI can do and seen some real world applications, let's address what might be the question lurking in the back of the many minds here. What does all this mean for our workforce? Or what does it mean for my job personally? And it's the question that often goes unasked in AI presentations, but it deserves our honest attention. When we see AI accomplishing tasks that humans used to perform, it's natural to wonder about displacement. But the reality is nuanced. According to recent research from the World Economic Forum, about 92 million jobs are estimated to be displaced or impacted by 2030. But here's the crucial distinction. Not every job will be entirely automated away. Instead, most jobs will be augmented and transformed. And they also estimate 170 million new jobs will be created. The historical pattern of technological advancement holds true here. When ATMs were introduced, many predicted the end of bank tellers. Instead, the number of tellers per branch decreased, but the total number of branches and tellers increased. The nature of their work evolved from counting cash to providing more complex financial services. What we're witnessing isn't job elimination, it's job evolution. And this evolution requires three key responses from business leaders. First, reskilling is essential. The workers who thrive won't be those who resist AI, but those who develop the skills to work alongside it. As leaders, we need to invest in training programs that prepare our teams for this new landscape, helping them understand how to prompt, instruct, verify, and collaborate with AI systems. Second, we need to redefine roles with intention. This isn't about replacing humans with technology. It's about identifying which aspects of work are better suited to machines and which require uniquely human capabilities. The most successful businesses will be those that create synergies between human creativity, judgment, and empathy, and AI's processing power, pattern recognition, and consistency. Third, and perhaps most important, we must preserve the human element. Customer relationships, creative problem solving, ethical decision making, these remain fundamentally human domains. As we implement AI, we need to consciously design workflows that amplify rather than diminish these human strengths. The businesses that navigate this transformation successfully will be those that view AI not as a replacement technology, but as a partnership technology. They'll use AI to handle routine tasks while elevating their people to focus on higher value work that's not only more valuable to the business, but more personally fulfilling. Ada Lovelace saw her opportunity to communicate the potential of this nation technology when she encountered the French article detailing the analytical engine by Italian engineer Luigi Menabrea. It wasn't just the mechanics that intrigued her, it was the abstract possibilities. Ada translated Menabrea's article into English, but more importantly, she seized the opportunity to add her own extensive notes. And these weren't mere annotations, they were a visionary expansion of Menabrea's ideas, showcasing her profound understanding of the machine's capabilities far beyond simple calculations. Her contributions had a profound impact on our understanding of computer science because she introduced the concept of algorithms designed to be carried out by a machine. Ada's notes detailed how the analytical engine could be programmed with a set of instructions, an algorithm, to perform a variety of tasks, not just mathematical ones. And she illustrated this with a specific algorithm for calculating Bernoulli numbers, essentially writing the first computer program. This was a monumental leap, as it shifted the perception of machines from mere calculators to potential tools for complex manipulation of symbols and ideas, laying the groundwork for the programmable computers that power our modern world. Similar to how artificial intelligence now powers my podcasts, allowing me to scale content creation efficiently. I launched Social Pulse Podcast Agency Edition and Retail Edition in Q2 in 2024, and later that quarter spun up Hospitality and B2B editions. In each case, I was able to do so by integrating AI into my workflows and processes to dramatically decrease overall time spent. Remember how I was spending 2 hours preparing a pre-show and run a show document for every episode, that's now a 15-minute task. AI has streamlined this process, allowing me to focus on the creative and strategic aspects of podcasting. Using the kind of instructions Ada Lovelace envisioned 2 centuries ago, my AI chief of staff now collaborates with me to research the guest, recommend topics of discussion, suggest questions, and prepare all the necessary documentation. I use the same process for my own show, the AI Hat Podcast, and then use AI to help me create the subsequent blog post, email newsletter, and social media posts. In fact, my AI chief of staff even has his own LinkedIn newsletter with thousands of subscribers where he shares his perspective on each week's episode. Folks, the AI revolution isn't coming, it's here. And the businesses that thrive won't be those with the biggest AI budgets or the most advanced technical capabilities. They'll be the ones that develop a thoughtful, strategic approach to implementation focused on augmenting human potential rather than trying to replace it. What we've explored today is just the beginning. The real transformation happens when you start implementing these tools in your specific business context, addressing your unique challenges and opportunities. So keep attending talks like this from Mike, read articles, or listen to podcasts like mine to continue your learning journey. Remember that AI Work Buddy concept I mentioned? I've created a step-by-step guide that shows you how to build your own personal AI assistant for free. This isn't theoretical. It's the exact process I use to create AI Work Buddies for myself and organizations I work with. Simply scan the QR code on screen to access it right now. For those who want more guidance,
your
the QR
screen's
code
not
also
sharing
gives
right
you.
now.
The screen's not sharing.
No,
You don't have my.
No.
No.
Go ahead and share that QR code.
Let's get that back
When
up
we
on
stop
screen.
for the Q&A.
Oh, okay. It stopped sharing. Got it. So there's the QR code. You can use that right now to get the AI Work Buddy instructions for free. I'm also offering a limited number of complimentary 25-minute AI discovery sessions for businesses who are serious about starting their AI journey. During those sessions, we'll talk about your specific challenges or opportunities and outline potential first steps. Just reach out with me through one of the contact points on the screen. Because here's the truth. The AI revolution isn't about technology. It's about people. It's about how we harness these new tools to amplify human creativity, judgment, and connection. The businesses that recognize this fundamental truth will be the ones that not only survive, but thrive in this new era. Thank you so much for your attention today. I look forward to being a part of your AI journey.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. I very much appreciate the time. Thank you for investing in the community.